Hi, my name is Alex, and I'm currently a junior at the Miami Valley School, and I am in a TED class, and this past Friday, our TED class went to the TEDx conference in Dayton. In one sentence, it was absolutely amazing, and to anyone out there who's watching, if there's a TEDx conference in your city, definitely go to it, and for the people from Dayton, you definitely have to check it out next year, because it was truly a great time. To be honest, when I was going, or when I found out that we were going to this TEDx conference, I was really excited. However, I kind of wanted to hold my expectations down a little bit because I was like, we're only in Dayton, there's not going to be any Simon Sinek's or Patton here. I shouldn't get too excited because, the speakers or the speeches might not be too good, but it'll still be a fun time. And it'll definitely be better than school. But, afterward, I can honestly say that all the speeches were really, really good, and some were absolutely amazing. And they were also really cool performances, and it was just a fun time overall. Some things I thought were cool was how the conference taught me more about my city and made me appreciate it more. For example, there was one hilarious speech by this guy who owns the Dayton Black Box Improv Club, which I've lived in Dayton my whole life, and I had no idea that this existed. But he just got up there, and because he's an improv guy, he improved his whole speech and even brought this crowd member on stage. And he was just so funny. But basically what that did for me was taught me that, there are things in Dayton that I don't know about. For example, like this Black Box Club. Maybe I'll have to go down there some weekend and check it out because and not just that, but other things, because Dayton is actually a really cool city, I found out, and this conference kind of revitalized my spirit for wanting to be here and not wanting to be part of the group of people who are like, oh, Dayton sucks, I can't wait to get out of here. So besides giving me a spirit for Dayton, the conference also connected to this TED class, and I think it made me and everyone else realize how awesome this class was even more, because for us the stuff we say in class may just be in class, but we saw a connection to outside of class and how other people are experiencing it in the real world. And I think it showed us that this class actually does have a lot of importance, and we do get something out of it. For example, there's one speaker who I think he was a doctor from Wright State, and he was talking about something that we basically talk about every single day in class, and that is the type of education system that we have now, where he specifically talked about math and science for engineers, and how a lot of potential engineers were failing out because they couldn't do the math. And I know in class we always talk about, math is just so hard and so boring, and we feel like it doesn't relate to anything, so why do we have to take it? But then we also talk about how, in physics it kind of relates, and I know there's one student, he's one of my classmates, who I know has a really hard time in pre-calc just because it's just numbers. However, in physics, which is basically the same math, he completely understands it. And, I just told him, for pre-calc, try to just think about it in physics terms, and, put it in real life situations, and that might help you. And basically that's what this doctor from Wright State's talk was about, how they completely rearranged their education strategy and made it so that it was like this, and their math classes like Calculus 1 and up all had real life importance. And that was, all of us are just like, wow, we talk about this every single day. And there's some other things that connected great, and I just thought it was an absolutely amazing experience. It made me appreciate Dayton more. It made the class even better because we got to see these things we talk about in class in a different aspect and in a different environment, and it was just an awesome time. So thank you for TED class, and thank you TEDx Dayton.